Okay, good morning, guys. Hopefully you can see me pretty good. I think we should be good on the new JT truck. This is a Mojave edition 2021 in the Sarge green. We got a lot of fog today in Texas. We're in the Austin area. And just kind of giving you my difference from going from a Lexus GX 460s to 2015. So like a 4Runner, super smooth, super quiet, all leather interior, heated, cooled seats, all-wheel drive, had a transfer case, you know, had a transfer case lock, had snow mode. When we had our 2020 snowpocalypse here in Texas, I think it was it in 2021? Beginning of the year, January? Where we had like roughly a week of snow, and it was, Austin does not have the infrastructure like Oregon did, where, you know, they snow plow the roads, drop de-icer out and stuff. I still had my GX. So, I mean, it had car tires on it, but, you know, not car tires, but, you know, very smooth, quiet SUV tires. And it did great. The heavy parts, I ended up throwing down, I had snow chains, luckily. They just got packed. When we had the movers come in and pack us, they throw everything in the moving truck. So, I had just luckily a pair of snow chains. When it really got bad, I was able to chain up, and or cables, and snow cables, and help a lot of the neighbors out. One of my neighbors got stuck down in a 7-Eleven, could not drive home. I picked her and her daughter up, and then she needed a lift to the pharmacy, get some medicine. So we ended up throwing a few people in here, turning on the heated seats, front and back, heating, and they were surprised on how many cars were actually broken down on the 71 here. They were just left on the side of the road. Probably from here to the market was 7 miles, and we did roughly probably at least 200 cars in that range. Just on the sides of the road that could not make it home. I even saw an old TJ or an early model JK 2-door that was left. I imagine they probably do not know how to use 4-wheel drive, or they probably had just too much air in the tires. You know, a lot of full-size pickup trucks that just could not make it. You know, same thing. They probably didn't know you got to drop your PSI in your tires. But that is an excellent. I'll probably do some kind of comparisons. Is the Mojave a little noisier? Yeah, there's a little bit of noise coming from the roof. Yes. One of my buddies is like, why would you get that? It's so much noisier, and you're gonna pay, you know, I think we paid like $58 for this one. You know, why would you pay so much on a truck that it's not like super smooth and super quiet? And for years I've wanted a JK or a JL just Wrangler, and you know, it being the chip shortage, and they're harder to come by. I drove a few Wranglers. I drove a Rubicon. It wasn't my favorite color, you know, and I drove like a Willys green, Sarge green Wrangler JL, and they had some mud terrain tires on it, and it was just, they were the Firestone Destination MTs. I worked for Firestone for years. They were just so noisy, and driving the two, and you know, it had a cloth interior, smaller radio, it had like the 7-inch screen maybe, Uconnect, and driving the Mojave, and then driving the Rubicon Gladiator, I was like, I couldn't do the wheelies. It would have been nice. And at the dealers, when I was looking at them, you know, they had, you know, well, they'll have like 5 to 7 JKs and then maybe 1 or 2 Wranglers. I really felt that you had more options on what I wanted without ordering it, waiting a month to 4 months. So, and just, I wasn't prepared. Like, I was prepared. I had did my homework on shopping for a Wrangler. You know, I knew the differences in the packages for the most part. And when I went to the dealer, I was like, wow, you know, the JT truck like really hit a lot of boxes for me on like having a bed, you know, where I could put I can't talk today, where I could put a stuff in the bed and not ruin the interior. And you know, but it still had a lot of room and a lot of space, and a 4-door where I could put the kids in the back. And you know, if we went camping, you don't have to throw all that gear in the back, just throw it in the bed of the truck, and we're happy. So like, it ticked a lot of boxes, but I was not in the market for a Gladiator. It appealed to me though once I was at the dealer and I was looking at it, checking out the different colors, you know, because I was thinking maybe I'll just order a JL with everything that I wanted in features with it. And then I noticed like the Mojave was taller than the Gladiator. I noticed like they have the same tires, a little bit different rims. The stance looked like it was a little different, like the wider tires. There was about 1 inch taller. I really liked the hood of like the 392, but the wife was like, no way, we're not getting a 392. It's just out of the budget. And the Gladiator Mojave has the 392 hood. Wow, it's a busy day today. Everybody's calling. So I liked that the hood had that little dome effect to it. And so those are the things that appeal to me. We're in Central Texas. Like if I lived in Oregon still and I was buying a JL or a JT truck and I was in Oregon living there, I would have got the Rubicon model. There was so much land there that you can go off-roading. Here in Central Texas, you have to go to, you know, privately owned off-road parks. There's one, it's like 30-40 minutes from here up in Hidden Falls by Marble Falls, and I'm gonna check it out. So now that we got the GoPro, I think we're gonna be doing some videos. Shout out to my mom, thanks for picking me up the GoPro for my birthday. So it was a great birthday this year. Got a JT Gladiator, got a new GoPro to start filming, you know, and I normally shoot my videos where they're just on my phone and I'm working on the old YJ, and like if I come across something that I think someone might be interested in, you know, but it wasn't like I'm throwing a channel together. But now, you know, got a GoPro, it's much easier to shoot. We'll see how it goes. And so I'll do a walk around of the JT Gladiator Mojave edition, and then thinking I'm gonna go for a test drive at high speed, so you can see and hear the noise differences. I think what I'll do is I'll get a decibel meter, and then I'll take you in my Lexus over here. For you people that are like on the fences about moving from like a Lexus GX 460, or that's almost basically a 4Runner, you know, upscale 4Runner, what you're going to hear sound wise differences. And then maybe we can even do it on the YJ where it's got the soft top and like you can't have a conversation, you know, with me and the kids in the car, me and wife in the car. With these new cars, or not cars, new Wranglers with, you know, a top on it, You can have a normal conversation. It's not super noisy like back in the day when I had my 90s YJ, or when I was a kid and I had my 80s CJ7. You know, it's a completely different creature. So it's a lot of creature comforts, and we'll go through that and just kind of giving you a heads up of what I think. And I'm really enjoying daily driving this JT Gladiator Mojave. When I was in the market for a JL, you know, a JL like Rubicon or a JL Sahara or high altitude, you know, that's what I was kind of looking at. So fingers crossed, maybe we get this channel going. Maybe in a year or so, maybe next year, get a 392. Don't tell the wife. We'll see what happens. And JK. The girls wanted a pink one. You know, I got 2 young daughters and the wife. They wanted that snazberry. I was like, hell no, I'm not getting it. And then when I rolled into my dealer in Austin, Covert, they had a JK lifted, big tires, bill wheels, and that snazberry. And I think it was like a $90,000 truck. It had already been sold. A guy was just sitting in it right up in the front, so he just must have just bought it. And I was like, wow, that thing looked beautiful. And I was like, man, I would totally rock a 392 in the snazberry and not feel unmanned. And so I hit up the wife. I was like, hey, I'll get the pink one. If I can get it in the 392, it's gonna be like 90. And she was like, hell no. You know, because you can kind of get 2 base model JKs for that, or 1 base model JK and 1 base model, JT truck, you know, Gladiator, and for the price of that. But she was like, hell no. So I tried. I was like, I'll get the pink one if I can get it in the 392. And then we stopped at, you know, I did 3 dealers, and we stopped at a different dealer, and they had a Rubicon there, but it was a customer in that snazberry, and it had a cracked windshield. But I was like, is that for sale? He's like, no, man, it's a customer. So I was like, man, my daughter would love it in a Rubicon JK or JL. And so I tried, you know, I was like, oh, I rock that. I think the girls would like it. I would not feel less manly driving it. But the top color for me was the Sarge green. I thought it was just so cool. I used to watch a YouTube series called I Am Jake. He had a YJ like I have. He had a CJ front clip on it, but he had it in the army green. And when I was a kid, I remember I was pretty young going to an uncle's house, and he had like a little farm area out in Southern California, and he had an old Willys army truck or Jeep, you know, and it was just so cool, and me and my cousin jumping in and out of it. I vividly remembering that. And then when I was a kid, I think I saw a picture of my grandpa in a Jeep. I'll have to double check online. So I'm pretty sure. So it's just always thought like, oh, that army green is super cool, you know, and it being a birthday present, and this is my daily driver, and I don't drive a lot every day. I kind of wanted a high impact color, you know. I didn't want the white Wrangler, I didn't want the black, I didn't want that basic silver that everybody has, you know. I wanted something that popped when I was in the parking lot, like that's my Jeep, you know. I could see it. Super cool, you know, the green, the pink, you know, the berry color. And then they had that kind of electric blue that was on my top list, and then they had that like blue gray, and then they had the granite and stuff like that. But you know, those were my top colors for me. And what kind of did it for me is they had it in a soft top in the Mojave, and me never owning a hard top Jeep, always having the CJ and the YJ with the soft tops, and they're so dang noisy. And when I drove it, it sounded fine, but I was still like, man, I want a hard top. And I was like, well, I could always buy a soft top later, so we might do that, and get that swapped out. I'm gonna do the headliners. We're gonna probably do that mod to maybe get a little cooler in here. It's January or December right now, 2021, and like the weather's 55, it's gonna be almost 70 today, but maybe in spring going into summer, we're gonna do that when it's hot. I'll get the heat gun out, we'll test it for you guys and see. So we got a lot of projects we're gonna do. I think we got some floor mats coming in this, I think they might be in today, and then we got a lot of parts coming in for the YJ. We're gonna get that state inspection done probably next week and get that registered here in Texas. So hope you guys come along for the ride. I appreciate it. Try to get a little bit more content for you guys, and we'll have some fun doing it. So that's all that matters. I appreciate it. You guys have a nice day.